What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to the Chicago Bears Legends Fantasy Draft here on the channel. Season 5 begins today. Week 1 at home against the Saints, the defending NFC champions here, going up against the Saints at home. Now, if you missed last episode, make sure you go back and watch it. I'll let you know right now that it was kind of a frustrating episode, not even because the episode before we lost the Super Bowl. I'll get into that a little bit later. But the episode that is right before this one, the last episode that I put up, was a very frustrating video. So if you want to go back and watch it, you can pause this one, come back to it, and go back and watch that one if you did miss it. I'll give you a couple ticks to pause the chance so you don't have a chance of getting spoiled or anything. So here you go. Okay. I hope that whoever wanted to pause the video did, and whoever didn't, doesn't matter. I mean, I'll tell you right now. We broke Madden, apparently. Apparently, throughout the season, I was accumulating a lot of debt in the franchise. I had like negative $12 million in debt, and I couldn't buy anybody in free agency, and I couldn't sign any free agents. I couldn't trade anybody. I think it was Barry Sanders that was glitched. I think I said this in the last episode. I think that Barry Sanders was glitched because he had, like, his cap hit was negative 30-something million or something like that. And I think he had glitched out and was causing me to have a broken budget, apparently. So what I did was I went to the settings, I changed it to no salary cap, and that's why you see NA on the cap room, because there's no salary cap in this franchise anymore, because I didn't want it to be done. That would have broken the entire career mode. That would have broken the franchise. So I wanted to keep going. I didn't want it to be hindered by not having cap room, not being able to make trades, not being able to sign free agents in the offseason. That would have just been no fun. So I hope you guys are okay with that I changed it to no salary cap, but I just wanted it to work. I wanted to keep playing this franchise, because now we have some unfinished business. Now we have to go back and win our Super Bowl trophy back. We have to get that title back. We can't just go off on a low note like that. We can't just win 3 straight Super Bowls and then in the 4th season lose in the way that we did, and then not follow up the next season. We got to defend our turf. So we got to keep going. Season 5 begins. And to start off the episode, I wanted to go into the roster and show you what I did off camera once I turned off salary cap. Now, we have Trevor Lawrence as our starting quarterback. I told you guys in the last episode, the last episode, that I traded Justin Herbert off camera. I accidentally was going through some options to trade him, and I accidentally accepted an offer. I didn't think it would go through, so he's gone. We got a first-round pick I think we got the 2nd pick overall for him. And so Trevor Lawrence will be our starting quarterback, although I'm a little angry at Trevor Lawrence because of what he did in the Super Bowl. He threw an interception that cost us the game on our game-winning drive, our potential game-winning drive. He threw an interception to seal the deal for the other team, the Houston Texans. So he's still going to be our quarterback for right now. We got Justin Fields as our backup, and I signed Marcus Mariota as our 3rd-string quarterback. If you remember, we had Joe Burrow as our 3rd-string quarterback, but I traded him away along with somebody else, Vinny Testaverde. I think I signed out of free agency because he made it through the offseason free agency. He made it into regular season free agency. So I signed him, and I traded him and Joe Burrow for something, I think a draft pick or something, and signed Marcus Mariota. So he's our 3rd-string quarterback. I traded the aforementioned Barry Sanders. I think I traded him for a draft pick. I'm not 100%. No. I traded him for a player that you guys will see soon. And we're going to stick with LaDainian Tomlinson as our workhorse back, our number 1 back, and we will have James White coming out as a 2nd running back, and then we have Devontae Freeman as our 3rd-string running back, because I always like to have 3 running backs on the roster. I just feel like it's just what I like to do. You guys may do something different. You may have two. You may have one. But I just like to have 3 running backs on the roster. So we signed Devontae Freeman out of free agency. He made it into the regular season free agency. We have our 3 stud wide receivers here, Moss, Megatron, and Rondale Moore. And then we have our first round pick, the pick that we got for Justin Herbert, Julian Fleming out of Ohio State, 80 overall already. He was a 79 when we drafted him. He is 89 speed, 89 acceleration, 89 agility. So he is a terrific wide receiver. Then I signed Alshon Jeffrey out of free agency to give us another big-bodied wide receiver down in the red zone. And then I brought back Josh Gordon, because if you guys don't remember, when we had the cap space, we didn't have any cap space for some reason when it was glitched out. I couldn't re-sign Josh Gordon, so he made it to free agency. I think he signed with the Redskins or something, or the Chiefs, or some red team. I think, I can't remember. And so I traded for Josh Gordon again, so we got him back. We got the outlaw Jesse James as our number 1 tight end. Noah Fant will move up to number 2, and then our first round pick Darnell Washington out of Georgia will be our 3rd string tight end, although he may jump Noah Fant during the season, because Noah Fant's already 25 and Darnell's 21, and they're both the same overall. So Darnell Washington most likely will not be the 3rd string running back, the 3rd string tight end for very long. You guys know the offensive line: Orlando Pace, John Hanna, Travis Frederick, Larry Allen, and Isaiah Wilson. Our first round pick 3 years ago, I can't remember how long it's been since I drafted Isaiah Wilson, but he is our stud right tackle. Then we have the legend himself, Yetur Gross-Matos, out of Penn State, anchoring that left end position. Then we have the rookie Miles Murphy out of Georgia, who's going to be an absolute stud. He's probably going to grow more than Gross-Matos, but we will keep Matos on the team because he's just a fan favorite and my personal favorite, just because of his name, really. And so we will have Miles Murphy as our backup for now. He'll probably get there. And there it is, boys. Here's the man that we traded for. We got rid of Barry Sanders for. We brought in the stud right end from Ohio State, the Ohio State University, Nick Bosa. Absolute monster. We finally got a big name on the defensive line. I told you guys a couple episodes ago that I wanted to get some fresh faces on the defensive side of the football, especially on the defensive end, or the defensive line. So I went and I traded everything I had. I traded a couple first round picks, I think, and I traded Nick Bosa because draft picks aren't going to be as big of a priority now, because there's not going to be any real players anymore. This past draft was the thinnest that we had, because those guys are probably in senior year of high school right now. No, they'd be in sophomore year of high school, or fresh. I don't know. They're in high school, and so they're going to be the last guys that are actually semi-real. So I traded away a lot of draft picks to get Nick Bosa along with Barry Sanders. So we have him as our stud defensive end. We have Justin Houston, the legendary Chiefs linebacker / defensive end out of Georgia, to be our backup. Then we have Marcus Davenport and our rookie Jamal Spellman out of Texas A&M to back them up. Then we have a tremendous pick. I didn't think this pick was going to work out, but DeMonte Capehart will be our anchor on the defensive line out of Alabama, defensive tackle. Then we have Draymond Jones, Jonathan Hankins, Big John Hankins, baby, and Marcel Darius. So we have a very heavy defensive line. The lightest guy is 281 pounds, Draymond Jones. So we have a very heavy defensive line. And then we have our linebacking core. Owen Pappoe out of Auburn, the player we drafted last year. He played pretty well for us last year. So he earned himself the starting position. Then we got Shaq Barrett and Kyle Van Noy as the backups to Pappoe. Then we have, obviously, the captain himself, Ray Lewis, 99 overall, 24 years old. And then we have DeGabriel Floyd, who we drafted last year also. He played decently well, not as much. He didn't get as much playing time as Pappoe because Ray Lewis is obviously there, so we rotated out as much as possible. But he didn't get as much playing time. He might get a little bit more this season, but you never really know with simulation and stuff. And then we move on to the right outside linebacking position. Jaylene Phillips played tremendously in the playoffs, so he's going to be our starting outside linebacker. We have Leonard Floyd, Deontay Hightower, or Dante Hightower, so I don't know where I got the Dante Hightower, and Baron Browning as our backup right outside linebackers. And to the corner position, Tyreke Stevenson, the accidental draft pick. If you guys remember from a couple drafts ago, I accidentally clicked Tyreke Stevenson and drafted him when I wasn't supposed to, like I was going to pick somebody else. But he ended up working out because he's 22 years old, 83 overall, and our starting cornerback. So he's going to be our number one corner. Then we have Eli Apple, another guy that I got out of free agency after the offseason was over. DeAndre Baker, we brought back because I couldn't sign him, so I brought him back. He didn't get signed. Justin Lane, Sean Wade, draft pick couple years ago, 3 years ago now, wow. And Fred Davis, our rookie that we just drafted this year out of Clemson. Sean Taylor, Mr. 21, and Daxton Hill, who really impressed me in the postseason run. He really impressed me, so he's going to be our backup free safety. Troy Polamalu, obviously, Isaiah Pryor, and the legend himself, Ibrahim Campbell, who played terrifically the first 2 seasons of this series. So he's a mainstay on the channel and on the team. So Ibrahim Campbell will be our third string, even though he's a 31 and 65. He's 31 overall, or 31 age, and 65 overall. Our kicker is obviously Justin Tucker, 98 overall. He's not going anywhere. And Cameron Johnson is our punter, but as you guys know, we don't punt, so we don't really need a punter. I just have my favorite punter is Cameron Johnson. So, and then you can see my draft picks for this year are very few. Because I traded away my first, my second, my third, my fourth. I think I traded away another first, another second, and maybe another third to get all these players that I have. So it's not going to be very crucial to get draft picks this year. So here's the practice squad. If you guys want to see that, I don't know if some of you guys care about that. There's some decent players on there. Josh Jobe, we took in the draft. Tyler Friday, Aubrey Solomon, Master Teague, Chuba Hubbard. One of my favorite names of all time, Chuba Hubbard. Oh, man. And Ellis Cheeks. Literally only drafted this guy because Cheeks. Because his last name is Cheeks. So he's on the practice squad. So that's the team. I hope that you guys, I want to stress this, I hope you guys aren't mad. I filled out the roster, as you guys may not have known. It was kind of like I kind of glanced over it throughout the series. My lineup has always, or my roster size has always been under 53. So this time I decided, since there's no salary cap, I decided to fill out the roster with a bunch of players that weren't going to get signed. So that's what I did. So we have a 53-man roster now, I think for the first time since the first season. And one other thing I want to mention is that even though I have no salary cap, I'm still going to try and make it as realistic as possible. So I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of money on one player. Like, I'm not going to give some free agent, like, say if I don't know, Joe Montana or Michael Vick is in free agency this offseason, I'm not going to spend like 7 years and $300 million on them, because that's not realistic. That I wouldn't be able to do that with the salary cap on, so I'm not going to do that with the salary cap off. I will still make offers to players, like, see, we have Devontae Freeman coming up for a contract negotiation. So, and we have all of our first-year players that we drafted to start out the series are coming up for contract offers. So when they eventually do, Ray Lewis wants it in week 3, so does Orlando Pace. Moss is in week 5, Sean Taylor's in week 4. So when these guys come up for contracts, I will offer them a fair offer, but I won't go crazy. Like, I won't sign them for a crazy long period of time and for a crazy amount of money, because that's just not fair. So that's all. I think that's all that I wanted to get through before we officially started this episode with the game against the New Orleans Saints. So let's go back. We got some things to deal with here. We got some unfinished business. The Chicago Bears Season 5 starts now, baby. I hope you guys are hyped. Make sure to smash that like button, turn on notifications, and hit the subscription button while you're there. Do the Trinity, and let's get into Season 5. I don't think we've played the Saints at all in this series, so this is going to be interesting. I don't know who they got on their team besides the people they're showing right now in the comparison thing. They got Marshawn Lattimore, who's obviously a Saint in real life. They had Ronnie Lott, I saw. So this is going to get interesting. We haven't played them. But we are at Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois. Sold out crowd. These fans are hungry. They want to see another Bears Super Bowl trophy. So we got to deliver here this season. We got to start out strong in week 1. And the first play from kickoff, Bowman is injured. That is not a good sign for this Saints team. They got John Elway at quarterback. He steps back in the pocket. He turns around, throws it to his tight end, Zach Ertz, and he gets a big play of 7 yards on that one. Nice first play from John Elway there. It looks like they got, what's-his-face, the Dolphins head coach, as their head coach now. They must have fired, I forget his name. What the heck is his name? Sean Payton, that's what it is. I don't know why I blanked on his name for a second, but they must have fired Sean Payton. I don't know how long ago he's been fired, but... And a quick snap from John Elway, and I missed the tackle. Troy Polamalu gets him, pushes him out of bounds. I can't believe I missed... Oh, they got Ocho Cinco out here. Chad Johnson, better known as Chad Ocho Cinco. See what this defensive line can do early on in this game. They get the first down, but Daxton Hill is right there. He is always there wherever the ball is. He is a terrific young player. I'm very happy that I drafted him. I don't even think I wanted to draft him, but he was the best available, so I'm glad that I did. And a snap out of the backfield. Royce Freeman gets taken down. I don't think he got any yards on that. He might have lost some. He did. He lost 2 on the play by Ray Lewis was in on that tackle, along with a couple other Bears players. Let's see, get some pressure here. Elway snaps the ball, drops back in the pocket, finds his tight end. 3rd down and 3 now for the Saints. Tyler Croft on the reception there for 9 yards. Jalen Phillips breaks off. A pass behind it, but Zach Ertz breaks the tackle and gets the first down. That could have been a big stop for the Bears defense, but to no avail. Zach Ertz too strong. John Elway in the pocket. He's in the shotgun, takes the snap, throws a quick pass to his receiver. Looks like Chad Johnson on the catch. Or should I say Ocho Cinco? I feel like I should say Ocho Cinco because that's what his name is in the game. So if his name's on the back of his jersey, that's how it says, I'm going to say it like that. So, and a quick pass, and he finds Ocho Cinco again. His 3rd catch of the ball game. The Saints are having a well-sustained drive here. They are marching up the field. This Bears defense might be still a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover. A quick slant pass, and the Saints have a 2nd down and 1 at the 7-yard line. They are looking well equipped to beat this Bears defense. John Elway knows that he's got to get the ball off quickly in order to score on these boys, and he does. And a floater to Nelson Aguilar in the back of the end zone, but they are going to review it. A booth review. Did he have both feet in bounds? They say that he had possession. They give it to him. He had possession and he had both feet in bounds. So Nelson Aguilar with a 7-yard touchdown catch. And the Saints take a 7-0 lead to start this game. The Bears defense not looking too hot to start this season off. How will the Bears offense look? Coming off of a pretty poor Super Bowl performance from Trevor Lawrence and company. They march out onto the field for the first time in season number 5 here. Trevor Lawrence, number 16, looks to bounce back after last season. He doesn't want to think about it anymore. He hands it off to LaDainian Tomlinson for the first rush of the season. He gets up about 5 or 6 yards on that one. 2nd down and 5 now. Clock is running, end of the first quarter, down 7 What can the Bears do here? Trevor Lawrence fakes the handoff. Has nobody really open until he has, it looks like he has Megatron, his favorite target, at the sideline to end the first quarter. What a big play. Megatron finds himself open. He's always finding himself open. He has turned himself into a terrific receiver here later stages of this series. In the first couple seasons, Matt Ryan and Justin Herbert never really found Calvin Johnson. But ever since Trevor Lawrence took over last season, he has become more and more a big money target. 2nd down and 7 at the 39-yard line, start of the second quarter. Justin Herbert drops back in the pocket, looks to find Randy Moss down the sideline. He doesn't get 2 feet in bounds. 3rd down and 7. Very upsetting that Randy Moss couldn't bring that in. He caught it, but he couldn't get 2 feet in bounds. He couldn't drag the feet, but this time he gets it. Lawrence puts it right where only Randy Moss could get it. He breaks 1 tackle, and the sure-handed Randy Moss drives his way to the end zone. And with this kick, it'll be a tie ball game, 7-7. Justin Tucker nails it from 15, and the extra point is good. 7-all here in Chicago. This Bears offense looks as good as ever. But the Bears defense, they need to step it up. We can't be relying on our offense. We're not that kind of team anymore. We used to be that team back in Season 1 and Season 2. But Season 3 and 4, we relied heavily on our defense. Now, I don't want to go back to relying on our offense. I want to have a well-balanced team. And Ray Lewis breaks through the offensive line into the backfield for a loss of 1 on Royce Freeman. I think I'm going to use our Gross Matos here. What can he do against this Saints offensive line? He breaks through, but he gets double teamed at the end. Elway, a lot of time in the pocket. Popo jumps up in the air. He finds a man, but he's out of bounds. Off target by John Elway. He may have caught it, but he did not get 2 feet in bounds. No pressure at all from the Bears defensive line here. Elway with a quick pass. He gets it off, but he gets it stripped by Sean Taylor. Ocho Cinco brought it down, but before he could possess it, Sean Taylor got that big arm in there and swatted it away. And we hold them to a 3-and-out here on their second drive. That's a much better drive than the last one because obviously they got a touchdown. But what can Rondale Moore do here? He can only get about 4 or 5 yards on that one. Absolutely no blocking on the kick return or the punt return. Trevor Lawrence and the Bears offense step back onto the field for the second time in this game. After scoring a touchdown on the first drive, he hands it off to LaDainian Tomlinson, and he gets up to about the 37-yard line, a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 now. Who's Lawrence going to be looking at? His second favorite target, the outlaw Jesse James? No, he's got to get it off quick. He finds Rondale Moore underneath, but it's not a first down. Not a very good blocking attempt from the right tackle position. Another one busted out, but he finds LaDainian Tomlinson, and there's nobody around him. He gets a huge gain up to the 31-yard line. 1st down and 10. Nobody had eyes on LT. Nobody had eyes on LT. And Trevor Lawrence finds him. He is in the zone now. Trevor Lawrence is in the zone. And he finds his favorite tight end target, the outlaw Jesse James. Ooh, and Ronnie Lott. That's how strong Jesse James is. Ronnie Lott is tackled. He makes the tackle on Jesse James and gets hurt on the tackle. So that's just like tackling a brick wall. The handoff to LaDainian Thompson, but he's stopped before he can get anything. It's the 2nd down and 9 at the 13-yard line. What can Trevor Lawrence do here? Can he take advantage of the 3-and-out? And the outlaw Jesse James is open in the end zone, and Jesse James brings it down. Trevor Lawrence with his first touchdown pass of the season. Second touchdown pass. He got one with Randy Moss. Forgot about that. With his second touchdown pass of the season. If I knew my stats, it would be a lot better. 14-7 now. Late in the first half. Justin Tucker with the kickoff. And it's going to go out of the end zone. They will start at the 25-yard line. How will John Elway and the Saints offense recover? How will they respond to the Bears just walking all over them on offense. Jalen Phillips hoping to cause some havoc in the backfield. They hand it off to Royce Freeman, who had some space. Oh, it's Kenyon Drake. My mistake. I'm sorry. Kenyon Drake with a 2-yard rush. His first carry of the game. They have so many running backs that they're interchanging. And a handoff. That's Royce Freeman right there. And Ray Lewis stopping him for no gain. Even a loss of 1 on the play. Good job for Ray Lewis. We hit the 2-minute warning in the half. 3rd down and 9. Another 3 and out. Is that possible for this Bears defense? Jalen Phillips off the edge. Doesn't get off. He finds Zach Ertz and a missed tackle from Sean Taylor. A rare misstep from number 21. But a flag on the play. Unnecessary roughness from Troy Polamalu. What? Are they saying that he... let me go back and see that. Are they saying that he was unnecessary roughness on Zach Ertz on the out of bounds line? He's going out of bounds, clearly, but he's still in play when Polamalu initiates his contact. Like, look, his foot is still in bounds when Polamalu's already initiated it. He's already going for it. There's no going back from that. And so they're saying that this is where it ends. Right here. They're saying that is unnecessary roughness. I don't know about that, but whatever. I guess you can give him 15 yards. And Stevenson misses the interception, and it's a 1st down. A 1st and goal for the Saints and John Elway. N'Keal Harry, the 1st-round pick from the Patriots this year in real life. Oh, nice stop. Double team. Tyler Kroft, Troy Polamalu, and Ray Lewis on the tackle. 2nd down and goal from the 5. 1:26 left to go in this half. And a touchdown pass to Kenyon Drake. John Elway strikes again. And after this PAT, this game will be tied. There it is. He knocks it right down the middle. 14-all here at the end of the first half. We still have 1:24 left to go, so Trevor Lawrence still has a 2-minute opportunity to take his team down and score a touchdown to take the lead, because I think we get the ball. I think we get the ball to start the second half, so Trevor Lawrence steps out on the field for his 3rd drive of the game. He is in the zone still. Who will he find? I forget what his zone ability is. And he gets sacked, and I'm pretty sure that loses the zone. Deacon Jones, a guy that I looked to trade for before the season started. I had some offers. And a possession catch. Does he bring it in? No, his feet weren't in bounds. Calvin Johnson does not get his feet in bounds. And the booth is going to review it. What are they going to say? They overturned it. It's a catch for Calvin Johnson. A crucial change. A controversial change, maybe. They changed the play. Deacon Jones is in there again for a sack. His 2nd one of the game. His 2nd one on this drive, too. That is one of Trevor Lawrence's biggest flaws. He can't get out of the pocket quick enough to get away from the sacks. So... and he's going to just throw it up for Randy Moss, but it's picked off. It's swatted away by the safety and picked off. I can't believe it. Randy Moss didn't have a chance for it. But Troy Polamalu picks it right back. We trade interceptions. The only difference is Troy Polamalu takes this one to the end zone. A pick 6 to end the quarter. The very next play is an interception from John Elway. Troy Polamalu undercuts the route, and the Bears take a 7-point lead, 21-14, with 32 seconds left in the half. What a crazy turn of events there. Trevor Lawrence throws a pick in his end zone, and then the very next play, John Elway throws a pick that's returned for a pick six, touchdown. So we trade interceptions on those two drives, and now the Saints get it back, and they wisely run the ball instead of throwing another interception. He only gets a gain of 1 on the play. The accelerated clock is at work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will they get it off? They do get it off with 2 seconds left. Nick Bosa trying to get there. Gross-Matos is in the backfield. He misses the sack, but Popo brings him down, wraps him up, and that's how the half ends. Popo with the sack, and the Bears get the ball to start this third quarter. Rondale Moore in the end zone. He's going to return it. He's never been afraid to return a football, no matter how deep it was. He gets to the 25-yard line, so he could have just kneeled it, but that's what Rondale does. He returns footballs. They do have a linebacker that's in the zone. That is not a good sign. And a handoff to LaDainian Thompson. Breaks off one tackle, but it gets brought down by, oh, that's the guy that intercepted the touchdown, or they intercepted the pass in the end zone, Warner. I think it's like Frank Warner or Fred Warner or something like that. I don't know, but he intercepted the pass off the deflection. And LaDainian Tomlinson gets nothing on that one. 3rd down and 2 at the 33-yard line. Their linebacker is on the edge, so Trevor Lawrence might have to throw this one quick. He does get it off quick to the rookie Darnell Washington for a 1st down, almost to midfield. Warner was coming hot on that play. Trevor Lawrence threw it way quicker than what he wanted to. He had to get that one off, and he does, and it's a 1st down and more for the Bears. Now, his favorite play, Calvin Johnson on the slant routes. He's got to give it a second for Megatron to make the play, and he takes it to the end zone. A touchdown on the first drive of the second half. And it's a 2-touchdown lead on the Saints. We got to start over with this winning streak. We had a 2-year winning streak on the line in the Super Bowl, and we lost it. So now we have to restart. We got to run it back and do it all over again. But this team is more than capable of going back to the Super Bowl for the 5th time in 5 seasons. I have a ton of faith in this team. I think I've built it to where it is very, very strong. And Ray Lewis misses the tackle. Royce Freeman gets smacked, but he's still up. Oh, no, he's not. He just got up, but the play wasn't dead. That was weird. I thought he was tackled, and he rolls back up. I'm just glad he didn't, like, glitch out and run for a touchdown. That would have been very annoying. Gross-Matos off the edge. He pulls him down for a gain of 2. And Royce Freeman injured on the tackle. Gross-Matos too strong for him. That's the legend right there. Gross-Matos at work. Now they have Kenyon Drake in the backfield. He gets stopped at the line of scrimmage by Popo and Gross-Matos. A dual effort. 3rd down and 8 now for the Saints. What will John Elway think up here? Phillips off the edge. And a pass to Zach Ertz for a touchdown. What a strike from Elway. Elway known for his arm strength. And he rifles that one into Zach Ertz for a 1st down. Gross-Matos trying to make some pressure. Popo misses the tackle. And Tyler Croft takes a play that would have netted maybe a yard or 2, maybe 3, if that. And he takes it up to the 31-yard line for a 1st down and more. A big misstep from Popo, the young outside linebacker. And a pass from John Elway to Ocho Cinco, but Ocho, he can't hold on after the hit. He couldn't hold on after the hit. I think that was Eli Apple in on the hit to cause the drop. And the pass is very close to being intercepted by both Stevenson and Polamalu. They both had a chance for it, and that's probably why it wasn't picked off, because they both got in each other's way. So it's just a deflected pass, and we go to third down, and he rifles one in there to Tyler Kroft. John Elway just cocks that arm back and just chucks it to Tyler Kroft for a first down. A fresh set of downs for the Saints here at the 17-yard line. 1:37 to go in the third quarter. And the pass to Ocho Cinco. This time he hauls it in. Oh, that's Nelson Aguilar. My bad. I'm getting these wide receivers and tight ends all mixed up. The plays are going too quick. DeGabriel Floyd on the tackle. And they give to Freeman. He's back in the game, and he gets a loss of... he did get a loss, yeah. Yeah, you say that. Shades of 85 Bear defense. This is as close as this team's going to get to the 85 Bear defense. And they find their receiver on the edge. N'Keal Harry. He doesn't get the first down. It was a missed throw from John Elway. He didn't lead Harry to the first down, but they're going to settle for the field goal, and they nail it. 17-28 now at the end of the third quarter. The Bears still have the advantage. They are very much in control of this ball game going into the fourth quarter, but that doesn't mean anything. I thought we were going to be in control of that Super Bowl game, and Trevor Lawrence throws the interception, we lose. So anything can happen. Trevor Lawrence back in the zone. He got in the zone after that touchdown pass to Megatron. What is he going to do here? He's going to find Megatron again, and Megatron on the sideline catches it with 1 second left on the clock in the third quarter. What a throw. Oh, he didn't bring it in. It's 2nd down and 10. I just noticed that. Take everything back then. That wasn't a good throw at all. LaDainian Tomlinson gets a 3-yard rush to end the quarter. 3rd down and 7. 6 minutes to go in the game at the 18-yard line. Rondale Moore, the pressure's coming, and Rondale Moore doesn't bring it in. He's angry with himself. He knows that he should have had that football. But you know what we do on the channel. We do not punt the football, so we are going to go for it. 4th and 7 at the 18-yard line. This Saints offensive line has been bringing pressure all game. Trevor Lawrence throws a bad pass, and it's picked off. It's picked off by Warner, and he's going to return it. He gets up to the 19-yard line. Warner has 2 picks in the game, and he's back in the zone. Trevor Lawrence with another mistake at the quarterback position. How many more of these are we gonna stand for? But Nick Bosa, that's why we traded Barry Sanders for Nick Bosa, because he just wrecked that offensive line. He got through 2 guys and still had time to take down the running back for a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 here. Elway throws it to Zach Ertz. The missed tackle. DeGabriel Floyd misses again. And Troy Polamalu with a nice hit takes him down, but he gets a 1st and goal for the Saints now. Jalen Phillips hasn't had much of an impact in this game yet. And Zach Ertz wide open, but a big hit from Sean Taylor, number 21. I probably should have stayed in the end zone. We're at the 1-yard line. That's my mistake. But we get the fumble, a crucial play from Sean Taylor. What a clutch play from Sean. Trevor Lawrence hands off to LaDainian Tomlinson. He gets a 1st down and more. We get some breathing room at the 14-yard line. Fresh set of downs. Hand off again to LaDainian Tomlinson, trying to wear down that clock. Milk it as much as possible. I don't know if we can trust Trevor Lawrence's arm. He's had a kind of a shaky arm as of late. The last 2 games we've seen him in, he's thrown interceptions, so why don't you just give it to your workhorse back and let him milk the clock? That's what we're going to do. They got to use their timeouts at some point. We got James White in the backfield for this 1st down and 10 here. His first carry in like 3 years, I think. He hasn't played much with Barry and LT getting most of the touches. Trevor adjusting the play at the line for some slants. They back off the pressure, though. They trick Trevor Lawrence. And I see Megatron. He throws it in, and he catches it. It was behind Calvin Johnson, but he lays out and hauls it in. 239, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks for Trevor Lawrence here. in this first game of the season. The handoff to James White. He breaks one tackle, jukes another one, gets the first down, and a couple more after. James White potentially could steal this job from LaDainian Tomlinson, maybe. You never know. 6 seconds left before the 2-minute warning, the final stoppage they can get before using their timeouts. LaDainian Tomlinson tries to run through 2 Saints players, but just gets brought down by both of them. The 2-minute warning now. They got to use their timeouts at some point. When will they do it? LaDainian Tomlinson in the zone now. He can't get tackled for a loss or he drops out of it. And he's not going to get tackled for a loss on this one. He's going to get 10 more yards. And they start their timeout run. We just need to keep milking this clock. They're showing outside pressure from their linebacking position. And they don't back off. They get it, but who's offside? That's got to be offside. That's the only reason they would call a flag right before the snap. Yes, one of their linebackers must have... Jordan Jenkins, the outside linebacker, lined up in the neutral zone. And they use a timeout here. They have 1 left before this game is officially sealed. Trevor Lawrence, high snap, pulls it down, hands it to LaDainian Tomlinson, who takes it up to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal at the 3. This Bears team could punch it in and seal this game. No more timeouts. No more timeouts for the Saints. The handoff to LaDainian Tomlinson, but he loses 3 on the rush. The Saints brought the house, and they succeed. Rashawn Evans. I think that's Rashawn Evans. I think he's the linebacker out of Alabama. You guys know who I'm talking about. Lawrence adjusts the play at the line. The same play that a couple of seasons ago Justin Herbert threw to Josh Gordon, and he made that terrific catch over 2 guys, and this time Johnson couldn't do the same. It almost got picked off. It almost got picked off by the Saints corner. And now Lawrence adjusts the play, changes it, goes for a slant route, his favorite play in the playbook, and he throws a strike to Calvin Johnson, who drops it on the hit. I can't believe it. He drops the ball on the hit from the Saints corner. The linebacker, I think it was. And we're going to have to settle for 3 points from Justin Tucker, who nails it like always, Mr. Reliable Justin Tucker. And we go up 31-17, and we're going to win this game anyway. But it just sucks that Calvin Johnson couldn't bring that in and give Lawrence his 4th touchdown pass of the game. 1:07 left to go in the game. All we got to do is let them run the clock out, and we can go home with a victory in week 1 and start this winning streak all over again. And a big tackle on Zach Ertz from Daxton Hill, who has been around the ball this entire game. He just has a nose for the football. And a play, and Floyd misses the tackle, but Ray Lewis wraps him up. DeGabriel Floyd missed that tackle and cost us a first down there. They hand the ball off to Kenyon Drake, and he gets up to the 42-yard line. 19 seconds left. They have no more timeouts. This clock is running. They snap it one more time. Elway snaps, takes it back. He throws it to Drake, and it's a fumble to end the game. Myles Murphy with the recovery, and that's how this game will end. Look how big he is. He's massive. Myles Murphy is massive. A big hit from one of our linebackers, I think. I didn't even see that play went by so quick. And now we just run it one more time. LaDainian Tomlinson gets his over 100 yards on 15 carries. That's mostly what I was trying to do there. And we get the win in week 1. We start off on a good note. That is what we needed. We needed a win to get our momentum back. Now, Trevor Lawrence had a shaky start. He had a rocky game in general. So if there's any takeaways, that's probably the biggest one. That we know this team is good enough to repeat in the Super Bowl for the 5th time. There's no question about that. But there is questions about Trevor Lawrence. Is he the real deal? He's looked like it the past couple of seasons. When he was the backup to Justin Herbert his rookie year, when he got in, he had terrific aim. He had accurate passes. He had deep throws. He had perfect passer rating, I think, for a couple of those games that he got in there at the end in garbage time. But then last season when he took over, he still played well until we got to the playoffs and until we got to the Super Bowl especially. That's when he started to slack. So the start of this season is still the same kind of deal. So I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is the final option. We might have to go to Justin Fields. Remember, we have Justin Fields as our backup quarterback. We took him in the same draft as Trevor Lawrence a couple of years ago. 3 years now. So we can't have these mistakes from Trevor Lawrence. He's 3 years in the league. He's established. He is the quarterback. He's our number one guy. He's our go-to guy. So we can't have these rookie mistakes like we've been having. We can only deal with them for so long. So that's my takeaway. I don't know what you guys what your guys' takeaway is. You guys can let me know in the comment section if you have any suggestions for what we should do in the quarterback position. Should I trade Trevor Lawrence? I don't even know if I should say that, but should I trade Trevor Lawrence to get another quarterback? Should I start Justin Fields? Should I start Marcus Mariota? Do we go that route? But you guys can let me know down in the comment section below. But that is going to be the end of the episode here for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, actually, you know what? You know how I simulate to week 7? I see up there at the top the ticker that we play the Austin Bats in week 6, the former LA Chargers, I'm pretty sure. So do we simulate to week 6 instead of week 7 and play that game? Because we have yet to play the Bats at all in this since they've come into the league. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So in the next episode, we will play the Austin Bats away. That's perfect. So we're at their stadium. So we get to see what it looks like. We get to play them. We get to see Patrick Mahomes because I think he's the quarterback of the Bats unless he got traded or released. Or he went somewhere else. So that's going to be in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching this one. Smash that like button, turn on notifications, and hit the subscription button on the channel. Do the Trinity, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!